Yo guys, welcome to a new video, and today I will be talking about Screamboat. I had no idea this movie actually had a 2025 release date and came out in Belgium and the Netherlands. So that was the first surprise this movie gave me, and there are a lot more, especially if you consider the runtime of this fucker. And let me tell you, it's not great. I know I always say, like, whenever a movie like this comes out, like we have Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 1 and 2, we have the Peter Pan story, we have now this one, and we have the Popeye story coming in, we have a Snow White one coming, the Death of Snow White. I mean, it's becoming a big franchise, some of this. Screamboat Willie, or Screamboat, is not a part of that Twisted Childhood universe, but it could have been in some capacity if you think about it, but it's not made with those guys. It's actually from the creators that made Terrifier 2 and 3, which is insane. Like, how the fuck did they do that? But they also made the Mean One, which is my most hated movie of last year, or 2 years ago, I think. So we were definitely in for a ride with this one. And I have to say, for some reasons, I kind of liked some of the things in this one. I mean, the kills are pretty funny. The character design for, I wanted to say Mickey Mouse, but I can't because that's still copyrighted, for Steamboat Willie, that was pretty interesting. That was pretty fun to see. And some of the meat sacks getting grinded was also, some of the kills again, was also really nice. I do think the movie does have a runtime that it can never justify because it was just way too long. This movie could have been a perfect 65 to 70 to 75 minutes movie tops, but instead it chose to make this movie 1 hour and 42 minutes, which is insanely long. I could have never ever have liked the entirety of that, and this movie suffers a lot from that runtime, especially in its first half when it's introducing the meat sacks, which is the characters, but you truly hate every single one of them, so they are more like just regular meat sacks than anything else. And yeah, I did not like where they went. I did not like how they did some of the things. I did not like where it ended up going. But whenever Mickey Mouse came in, or shit, Steamboat Willie came in, then it started to get interesting because then the fun would rise. And something I really liked about this one is the music. Like, they did some musical scores and some musical choices in this, which were funny to say the least. Like, there's this girl having a birthday, and whenever Steamboat Willie is going to her to kill her, he is whistling the happy birthday song. That shit, I was laughing my ass off with it. There are some references to Disney, which were insane that they put it in. Like, incredibly insane. There is this quote in the beginning of the movie, and the quote is signed by Walt D, and D with a dot because they can't say the actual name, but we all know it's Walt Disney that they're talking about. But they can't say Disney because then we'll get sued by Disney probably because they used their name from Walt in that movie. I did not expect that, so that was really interesting, especially with the backstory that they gave Steamboat Willie inside of the movie itself. It's also about Walt Disney, but they changed the last name, or they never mentioned the last name, and they changed Walt to Walter. I mean, that's creative. I could give the movie an applause for that, but still, the runtime was around 40 minutes too long, and the kills were not that interesting anymore, and it went on for way too long. That just doesn't care about anything anymore, and in the end, it thinks that you started caring about some of the characters, and it started to use these characters with care to not have them be meat sacks the entire time, and that's when the movie lost me, because I just wanted everyone to die in a very horrific, painful death with a lot of blood and a lot of other painful mechanisms, and I did not get enough of that. There were a lot of meat sacks, and for some reason they chose to kill almost every single one of them in the worst kill of the entire movie, which was a massive multi-kill. That really bummed me out. In the end, this one is not that good. It's not that bad either. It's just awful in every single way, but I had a ton of fun with it and more than I actually should have had. It's not as good as Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2 was, but it's definitely not as bad and definitely does not leave as sour of a taste as Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey Part 1 did for me. Alright, I'm gonna give this movie 1.5 stars. I think it's worth nothing more, but also nothing less. What did you think of this movie? Have you seen it? Are you gonna watch it? Or do you think they should stop with this twisted childhood movie genre altogether, because it's not that good what they're putting out, and they're just putting it out for the sake of having a horror movie themed around these characters. Alright, what did you think of this one? Please let me know, because I'm really excited to hear your opinion on it. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you, and bye bye.